As you all know, I read every single one of your comments and reply to them all. Because of that, it has come to my attention that a vast majority of Doom fans have next to no idea where Doom the Dark Ages stands in the game's overall history and why Doomguy seems to not be in control of his own actions. And being that the Dark Ages is going to focus even more on the narrative than previous Doom games, I find this utterly unacceptable.
How can you do this? This is outrageous.
Thankfully, as the lore aficionado that I am, I have all the answers deeply engraved in my mind, ready to share them all with you, my friends.
Yeah, Mr. White!
If you're excited for Doom the Dark Ages, would you kindly leave a huge like? Let's see if this video can reach 15,000 likes. And also, I need your help. I'm not a big tech guy, and I do not know if my PC will be able to handle the Dark Ages. So, will these specs be able to run it? Because if they can't, I need to upgrade. Maldita sea. Not only that, but id Software confirmed a couple of days ago that Doom the Dark Ages will not be their last Doom game.
What?
La verdad, no tengo idea de qué decir. With that being said, let's sit down, grab our super shotgun, and dive straight back into Doom. This video was sponsored by Gamersubs. Use code MIDNIGHT to save money on any of these cool things. Thank you so much for the support, and I really hope you enjoy. Context matters, and even more in this demonic story. In the original Doom, Doomguy was sent to the UAC Phobos space station as punishment for assaulting his commanding officer, after the bastard ordered him to shoot at innocent civilians. I would have done the same thing. At the moment, the UAC were experimenting with interdimensional teleportation, and because playing with forces unknown to mankind is never a good thing, all hell broke loose, with legions of demons coming out from the portals. Doomguy, being the man that he is, decided to battle against these monsters until his last breath. He fought his way through the demon-infested space station. He killed and killed and killed some more until he reached the Phobos anomaly. With no way of escape, he entered the tethering device and arrived at Hell. Knowing that this might be the end, he fought endlessly. He killed even more demons until at one point he reached the origin of this nightmare, the Spider Mastermind, and destroyed it, ending the demonic invasion for good. And out of sheer luck, Doomguy found a portal that led back to Earth, meaning salvation, only to find that it was already invaded by Hell. In Doom 2, Doomguy goes through Hell on Earth to save as many people as he can. At some point in this conflict, it came to his knowledge that the demonic invasion of Earth originated in his hometown. With nothing else to do, Doomguy went back home, killed a lot of demons, found the portal that led back to Hell, went inside it, and found the Icon of Sin, the true master behind this invasion. With the Icon's death, peace came to Earth, but not for long. As some years later in Doom 64, the radiation levels left in the UAC Phobos space station gave one undetected demon the power to resurrect fallen monsters and open yet another portal to Hell, this demonic abomination being the Mother Demon. When this came to the knowledge of Doomguy, he volunteered to be the only one to travel to the space station and end this nightmare once and for all. He went through the Phobos facility, killing everything in sight until he reached the one behind this resurrection. With the death of the Mother Demon, Doomguy came to a disturbing realization, as the only way to close the portal that led to Hell was from within. Yet, Doomguy being Doomguy, he entered the portal and closed it from the inside, sealing his fate, as he will inevitably die at the hands of Hell. Yet, in the last levels of Doom 64, which happened after the game's ending, Doomguy fought the Mother Demon's sister, the Resurrector, and in In their battle, the sister banished Doomguy from hell, only to be awoken inside another UAC facility millions of years later in Doom 2016, and the rest is history. Doom the Dark Ages is a prequel to Doom 2016, a sequel to Doom 64, and it will tell us the story we saw in the codex of Doom Eternal.
I understand.
After Doomguy was banished from hell by the Resurrector, he ended up in front of the gates of a sentinel city of Argent Dener. Because he spoke an unknown language, wielded weapons of arcane origin, and was mentally unstable, the sentinels took him as a prisoner of war and forced Doomguy to fight on the front lines in their battles against monsters of unknown origin. Yet, the sentinels didn't know that Doomguy had fought against thousands of these monsters before, and with each battle fought against all odds, Doomguy was the only one that came back alive. Because of that, he gained the trust of the people within the city and was turned into a Night Sentinel himself.
You're goddamn right.
In the siege of Taras Nabad, the legions of hell brought with them the Dreadnought, one of the strongest demonic titans ever to exist. The city was all but lost, yet, in an effort to gain the upper hand against the wish of the Khan Maker, the Seraphim took Doomguy to the Divinity Machine and gave him power that matched his will, taken directly from God's essence. What came out from the machine was a man too angry to die, with an insatiable hatred against anything related to hell. In a flash, Doomguy ran against the Dreadnought and killed it, turning himself into the Great Slayer. And just after this fact, the story of Doom the Dark Ages begins, as the Doomguy we will play in this game has already been blessed by the Divine. Even still, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Even if Doomguy has acquired the power of a god, powers that can even rival the Emperor of Mankind, this blessing came with a curse, as Doomguy is now nothing but a mere tool, a weapon with no will of his own. Because the Divinity Machine was of Maker origin, the Makers being a hyper-advanced alien race posing as angels of divinity, they now have the power to bend Doomguy to their own will and do their bidding, just like we can see here, as the Creed Maker, with a simple gesture of hands, is able to withhold Doomguy and turn him into just another tool. This is what the glowing yellow eyes mean. We all thought this was an Easter egg referencing the IDDQD cheat code of classic Doom, communicating that at this time, Doomguy is drooling and overwhelmed with too much power. Yet, that couldn't be further from the truth. When Doomguy's eyes are yellow, he is not himself, he is just another weapon, a means to an end, and who knows what the Makers have forced Doomguy to do while he is in this state, which makes me wonder if Doomguy is conscious at all when being controlled. And knowing that the Sentinel Priests are already in contact with Princess Rack, it also makes me wonder if Doomguy was just another piece in the puzzle to construct Necrovol, a place where they siphon the souls of the people killed by the demons, merge them with Wraith energy, and create Argent. Because remember, all of this tragedy, this war, this conflict, all of this death is happening because of Argent energy.
Yes, science!
Turning Doomguy into nothing but a mere tool that the Makers can bend to their own will was a very bold move by id Software, yet it's one I can get behind. For the last 32 years, Doomguy has been known as the man who is too angry to die, one that takes no shit from anyone, not even God himself. So, letting us see that at the start of his legend he had the strength to not only withstand being given the powers of God himself, but also the will to overcome the curse put on his mind, just makes me even more excited for Doom the Dark Ages. Not only because the game looks fantastic, but because this is the game where the demons wrote a Bible on just how scary Doomguy is.
This whole thing, all of this, it's all about me.
One thing that has me flabbergasted in disbelief is that Doom the Dark Ages hasn't even come out yet, and id Software has already confirmed that it is not going to be their last Doom game. Before it was announced, Doom fans were skeptical if id Software were ever going to do another Doom game again, as the ending for the Ancient Gods felt like a subtle goodbye to the franchise for some time, and also by the fact that after Doom Eternal, it would be extremely hard for the team to reiterate and innovate on the formula all over again. So after years of skepticism from the fans, not only are we getting another Doom game that looks insane, but we also got confirmation that it is not going to be the last. And after thinking about it for a while, it makes sense, as the history between Doom 64 and Doom 2016 is massive, and a ton of stories can spawn from it. Of course, I would love for id Software to continue the story of Doomguy after the Ancient Gods, but for now, let's see how the Dark Ages develop. Before I end this video, I need to make things right. In my review of the Dark Ages demo, I mentioned that there might be a big fucking sword in the game, and well, I was completely wrong. I hope you can forgive me. Hello my friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and if you did, do not forget to leave a huge like and a comment for the algorithm gods. Making this video made me remember the days where I was dropping Doom lore videos left and right, and with Doom the Dark Ages already on the horizon, you can expect videos explaining the lore of the game when it drops. So, if you want to know everything about the Dark Ages story, be sure to subscribe. Have a great day my friends, and stay safe. Adios. Bye.